You have had it before. I'll catch up on my sleep over this weekend. But what if I told you that sleep, once it is lost, it is like money. Once it's gone, you'll never get the whole of it back. Your brain, your memory, and even your waistline may never fully recover. Today, we are breaking into the science of sleep debt, and you will be able to learn whether it is possible to catch up, or once it is gone, it's completely gone. Welcome to Wellness Health Services Health Talks. I'm Dr. Joshua Dirito, a family physician. I have interest in public health and cancer prevention and treatment. So I encourage you that you stick around to the end, because I'll share practical tips backed by science on how to prevent sleep debt, and yes, how to recover smartly if you are already in a sleep debt. So what is it when we talk about sleep debt? When you're talking about sleep debt, it is the gap between the sleep you need versus the amount of sleep that you actually get. What this means is that we have talked about sleep on many of the previous videos, and we have said that the recommended amount of sleep for adults is between 7 and 9 hours, anywhere in between that range. But you find for some reason you are sleeping either because of possibly the call of your duty, you are sleeping for 4 hours or 6 hours or 5 hours. So because of this sleep debt, what exactly happens? So if you accumulate this sleep debt, it is like accumulating a financial debt, and with the time then you realize that also the interest adds up. What this means is that if you have too much debt, for example, you sleep continuously for 4 days for 4 hours, then if you calculate like in total what you need in a day is 7 hours. So when you sleep for 4 hours, you have a debt of 3 hours. Then because you have not slept well for 4 days, you have a debt of 12 hours of sleep. So this is something that is not very good for your body, and it is like when you overuse your credit card. You swipe 1 week long, and if you don't pay back, the debt grows until it will crush you. So you find yourself in a situation whereby you are not able to pay back. And what are the impacts of this? So some studies have shown that there is a study done by Crowley et al. In 2024, and it showed that sleep loss impairs your memory, impairs your capacity to consolidate things, and also impairs your learning. So if you really want to learn better, you want to learn well, then the first thing that you should look for is getting adequate sleep. So the idea of staying late studying is counterproductive to those who want to master any skill or any learning project. It also showed that missing sleep after studying leads to weaker memory, and this cannot be fixed later. So once you have not slept, your capacity to understand things and to remember them is impaired, and you may not be able to recover this, so that at the end of it all, this extra time that you are spending studying, then it's like you're wasting time. Okay, so let's look at metabolism and also weight impact and sleep loss. A Colorado University and Harvard University studies showed that wicked catch-up does not undo the metabolic harm. What this means is that if you don't get adequate sleep, then you are likely to increase your insulin resistance. And once you increase your insulin resistance, you may not be able to recover this, even if you try to sleep to compensate for the hours that you lost. You may not also recover from the weight that you gain from this deprivation of sleep. Remember that we have talked before that when you don't get adequate sleep, it is one of the risk factors for weight gain. It is one of the risk factors for obesity. And so also the craving that comes with the sleep debt, you tend to crave for foods more, persist even after you try to recover the sleep that you have lost. So there was a study done by Ledger et al. In 2020, and they showed that wicked naps are to try to catch up on sleep. Yes, they help the short-term alertness, but they don't fully restore performance. So if you have sleep debt, then yes, your alertness will improve. Like for example, if you are a driver, your concentration on the road might improve, but long term, your performance will not improve. And then there was another study done by Yoshikike et al. In 2023, and they found that moderate weekend catch-up was linked to lower mortality, but it was not a magic cure. Remember, not getting adequate sleep increases your risk of mortality, but the good news is that you can recover this moderately with catch-up sleep. So what are some of the myths that we have about this weekend recovery of sleep? So many people think that if you sleep for 5 hours on the weekdays and then you have 12 hours of sleep on the weekend, then you balance the sleep loss. The reality is that chronic restriction changes it changes the circadian rhythm of sleep. It changes also the hormone balance, and also it changes the brain wiring, which you are not able to recover even when you try to sleep more hours over the weekend. And even after a full weekend catch-up, returning to short-term sleep reset is not established. So the Colorado study that I've talked about showed that people who caught up on the weekends but returned to short-term sleep had worse insulin resistance than those who stayed on the short sleep the whole week. Excuse me. One of the thing that you realize, the body gets used to a particular pattern, and when this changes, it does not help the body to get it better. So it is easier for you to get used to a particular rhythm than jumping from one kind of behavior to another one. This creates more risk than when you stick to a particular habit long term. So it is when you try to catch up, it's like when you try to diet and then you catch up with the junk food. You will feel better for a moment, but your body still pays the price of the junk food. So the question that we need to ask ourselves, so if you have this persistent sleep debt, will you ever catch up? Short term, yes. Extra sleep improves your alertness. It may also help to improve your mood. It will also help to improve your reaction time. Remember that when you have a sleep debt, then your capacity, like for example, you are driving and then you see a car coming in your almost in your way, then you are able to sway faster. If you are well alert, you have slept enough. But so this alertness of being able to change activity and being in control of things can improve with catch-up sleep and even your reaction time. But long-term, partially you do not recover from some of the function. The body needs, and even your brain needs multiple nights, sometimes even weeks, for consistent quality sleep to recover. So you should, if at all possible, you should make sure that as much as is possible, sleep adequately, including the weekdays and including the weekend. So the sleep foundation says that it may take up to 4 days to recover just from 1 hour lost of sleep per night. And so if you have lost like 5 hours, you can imagine if it is taking you 4 days to recover 1 hour, if you have lost 3 hours, then it will take you a long time to be able to recover. So the memory and the learning videos are missed out, and even some processes cannot be recovered. So these are some of the things that you need to understand, that these sleep debts cannot be fully discovered, and you need to establish if unless in the extreme of cases, you need to establish a good sleep hygiene practice that keeps your sleep consistent without acquiring sleep debts. So what can you do to save yourself from these sleep debts? One, prioritize your sleep daily. And it means that we are talking about each night aiming to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and this is for adults. Children and adolescents need between 9 to 12 hours of sleep for them to function normally. So you can start by establishing your wake-up time, that I will be waking up at this time, and then you can work backwards to establish your sleeping time. And then with that, you can now establish your sleep routine. And there are many things that you can do. If you want to know how to establish a sleep routine, you can check it in one of my previous videos where I've talked about sleep hygiene. Then you need to have a consistent schedule. Sleep and wake up at the same time, even on weekends. When you establish a regular sleep routine, your body gets used to this, and then it makes it easy for you to get to sleep when you get to bed, and it also makes it easy for you to wake up automatically, even without having to use the opportunity clock, because your brain already has been synergized to this, and it is accustomed to it. Then bank on sleep before the loss. So extra rest before you travel or exams can reduce the damage. So what this means is that a few days, the first thing is establishing consistent systems and being to be able to plan ahead, such that if you know that I'll be doing my exams at this time, you work it backwards, such that you prepare beforehand, before the exam, so that during the exam times or just near the exams, you do not have to stay late studying as you try to recover. So the night before the exam or during even the exam time, you sleep more earlier than you are used to, so that you allow your brain to recover, and also establish your memory capacity, because we have seen that poor sleep leads to poor memory. Naps are bad aid and they are not a cure. But 20 to 30 minutes of naps can refresh, but they don't replace deep sleep. So sometimes during the day you may feel like you are tired, you're overwhelmed. You can take a 20-minute nap, and this will help you recover some of your sleep debt. And also, if you have to take a nap, sometimes it's also good to take the whole cycle. Remember, I've talked before about the circadian rhythm of sleep, and when you sleep the 90 minutes, then it refreshes and helps you to wake up well refreshed for the functions that you want to undertake. Then the other thing is creating a sleep hygiene schedule. So making sure that you have a dark, cool, quiet room, switch off screens 2 hours before sleep time. If you are someone who likes taking coffee, then take it 6 hours before your sleep time, and then establish a weed down sleep, so that you start preparing yourself to bed. You have like reflection or journaling just some 30 minutes before you get into bed, and then you can also establish things that you can do so that you are able to get to sleep on time. So can you really catch up on sleep debt? The answer is partly there are some things that you can pay out of the debt, but not all what you have lost can be repaid. So the smartest strategy is not to borrow from tomorrow, but to invest in your sleep. If for any reason you know that you are going to have something that will disorient your sleep schedule, and sleep more that before that disruption. Your brain, your memory, and even your future depend on your sleep, and you should take your sleep like your life depends on it. So if you have learned something today, hit the like button on this video, and also share this video with a friend who brags about pulling all night titers and missing sleep. Also remember to subscribe for more evidence-based health insights, and tell me in the comment section how many hours of sleep do you usually get, and have you been having sleep debt, and what have you been doing about it. Thank you for watching.